Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. Before starting my video, if you didn't subscribe my channel yet, please do, and do not forget to turn on notifications as I'm sharing everyday great contents for you. Alright, in this lesson I am going to continue with creating our new first table. Let me open my MS SQL first, and let us open our Excel file as well. Alright, so we did our tables, student exam, our data types. So we have our student, right? Okay, let's put it here. Let's connect our server. Perfect. Let's have a look. This is our database list. This is our database. This is our tables. Alright, we're going to create our first tables. Right click on table, new and table. Oh, sorry. Yeah, correct. This is what I would like to see in my SQL exactly. Okay. All right. As a student, what kind of columns, I mean informations do we need? Let's type here step by step. All right. So I want an ID for each student, and we have first name. We need last name, and also we need, I guess, let's add a club, like a social school clubs, and let's say a birth city. Perfect. This is our first table specification. Let's try to create one. Okay, I'm going to start with ID. This is going to be column name. I'm pressing tab from my keyboard. Data type is going to be integer type, but should I use integer or short, I mean small integer? I guess small int is going to be okay, because if I remember correctly, this is going to be about 32,000, something like that. And a school, I don't think so. They're going to have more than 32,000 students. Let's say small integer. And the second one is going to be a first name. I'm going to use varchar. I want it to be flexible, and 25 character is going to be enough. Let's say last name, again varchar, because I'm not gonna use any letters like Japanese or Arabic font, so I'm not gonna use n varchar. I'm just using varchar. All right, let's continue with the club, social clubs. Let's say 50, and about birth city. Let's say again varchar. But this time I'm going to use 20. It's going to be enough for a name of a city. All right. So what's gonna happen? So we're going to press Ctrl S from your keyboard, and it is going to ask you a table name. I'm going to give a name start with the TBL, but when it comes to create our tables from C# using Entity Framework, which is I'm going to teach it for a while later while we are creating our projects, but now I'm going to use a prefix start with the TBL to make much more understandable our tables, which they are table. All right, let's continue. TBL students. Let's say okay, and our first table is created. Here we go, and I'm going to right click and refresh. We have our table here. Okay, before starting to show you how to change our properties, how can we add some specifications to our table, I would like to show you how we can add some manual data in our table. Right click on it. As you can see, if you, by the way, if you close this section, once you right click, you will see a design section. You will able to reach your previous design UI window. Alright, let's close it for now. Once click you Once you click the edit tab 200 rows, you're able to see your tables, your table, your columns and your row, and you will able to add some manual data. Let's again right click on it. Let's have a look. Is there any initial information should I give you? And you also have renamed, delete, refresh and properties. Once you click the properties, you will able to see these table properties here, like schema, name, created date, something like that. Alright, let's go to the design again. I'm going to show you something. But before that, I would like to add data. Okay, I'm going to give an ID, for example, 25. First name is going to be James, and last name is going to be Hughes, Club, Chess, Birdsty, Manchester. Once press enter from your keyboard, the data has been at your table. Right click and execute SQL. It's going to be refreshed and everything is going to be seen up to date to you. Alright. So what is that null means, guys? So it means there is no any information right now. Let's go back our design section. As you can see, there is allow null section here. It means you can add a data um, for a column, or you can keep it null. Let's say this is 35 ID, and when I press tab, I didn't save my data yet. As you can see, there is a mark here. The cell, it's telling you cell has changed, but not committed to the database yet. Okay, I'm gonna add a Michael, and last name is Moore. There is no club, and birth city is London, for example. Let's press enter from the keyboard. All data has been saved, and club is null. Okay, how can prevent to keeping null information from our table? Okay, let's go back to our design section. Here we go. Once you click the tick off from your allow nulls, like this, your first name and your club no more null. So you have to enter a data. But before changing your data, I would like to show you a settings to make your tables um, editable. Okay, click on tools from your top of your main navigation bar. Click options. Come to the, where is the, yeah, yeah, designers. As you can see, I tick off from this section, prevent saving changes that require table recreation. So if you tick this section, you're not able to change your tables. Let me show you. I did some changes. As you see, I'm gonna change them all. There is no null exception here right now. So you have to enter all the data to save your database. Let's save our table. As you can see, saving changes is not permitted. Why? Because I just changed my um, specification of my tables. Okay, let's go back tools, options, design, and tick that off and click OK. So now I'm Control S. Error where inconsistency, something were not saved. Okay, because we have some null data here. Let's say math club, mathematic. Alright, now I'm going to save. As you can see, it is saved. Why we get the error message previously because we have null section and we disable all null option from our table. Alright. Okay, let's bring them all back again. And now I'm using Control S. Now it's saved. Okay. So what if I would like to change my ID automatically? So once I create a data, my ID is going to change automatically. So to do that, I'm going to assign my ID as a primary key, and I'm going to assign an initial data and an increment data. So it's going to start automatically and it's going to be seeded automatically as well. To do that, we come in here, we're able to see our table details. For example, hello nulls, yes, data type varchar, which I'm talking about birth city. If I click here, it's going to be changed as you can. Let's click here. It's changed again. So once you clicked ID section, come to the identity specification because I want my ID as a primary key. Click your identity specification. Is identity is comes now as a default. I'm gonna make it yes because I choose my ID section as a primary key, which is going to be identity. As you can see, there is an identity seed here and identity increment. The seed means the initial data. If I gave here, for example, 67, my first data saved with 67 ID number, and the increment is telling you the how much you would like to add your top of your ID number once you created the other one. So I'm going to add, for example, 10. I want my IDs to increase 10 by 10. Okay, let's save our changes. Let's go our table. Let's create. Let me have a look quickly. Okay, let's create a data. For example, by the way, let's close this one and open again. Don't worry, don't forget, if you did some changes, close your previous open window and refresh them. Okay, right click on students, edit up 200 rows. Here we go. As you can see, null section is little bit transparency, has a little bit transparency. Why? Because we are adding our IDs automatically right now. Let's add some data right now. Let's say Bobby Smith, club, tennis, Bird Birmingham. Okay, let's say enter. As you can see, the ID comes 67, which is initial one. Okay, you can obviously start with the one and you can see it one by one. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But I'm trying to show you some example. Okay, let's say Amanda Brown, club is music. The city is Bristol. Yes, say enter, and it's 77 because our increment is assigned as the 10, if you remember. Perfect. I assume you understand how we create a table, how we add our properties, how we change our specifications by using MS SQL UI. Let me have a look how many minutes have been done. It's 14 minutes. Um, I guess I'm not gonna use too much UI anymore. Next lesson, I am going to start how to use our queries, and we're going to create our database tables and properties using queries with the with using SQL syntax, and it's going to be very helpful your future projects, guys. When it comes to the writing raw SQL commands in Entity Framework, or if you're using Dapper as an ORM tools, you have to know how to write SQL syntax, raw SQL syntax. This is really important. Maybe you can choose a career path to using um, databases as a data analyst or data scientist. So you need to know how to write syntax. But my advice, my suggestion to you is never memorize nothing. If you struggle something, I show you our previous playlist how to make a search on the web. Just Google it, ask ChatGPT, just tell the internet, I forget what was the listing syntax for SQL, or if you're using another databases like MySQL or Oracle, just ask the internet what was the comment for this, for that. So you're going to remember, and step by step you're going to memorize all of them. Don't try to memorize all of them in one time. Okay, I'm going to finalize this lesson here, but before that, let me commit our changes as we add something in our Excel file. Let's save it and close. And the database already saved. I'm going to close it anyway. Let's open our Git bash. cd desktop, cd MS SQL. Here we go. We are in our main branch. Let's have a look at our status. We have one modified file, git add dot. Let's have a look at our status again. Alright, let's commit now. Commit. We need to use git commit --m. Let's say first table is created by using UI. Alright, let's say yes. Okay, let's have a look. Status again, nothing to commit. Let's have a look at our logs, guys, and see our commits. As you can see, we created initial repository, data types lessons, first table is created by using UI. Perfect. Hopefully I finished this lesson properly, and I assume you understand everything clearly, guys. I'm going to finalize this lesson here, and if you crush the like button, I will really appreciate it. It really motivates me. And if you have some questions, do not hesitate, drop the comment below the video. Take care of yourself. See you on next lesson. Bye bye, guys.